Hey guys, it's Christy, and today's video is a mermaid. I can't remember the exact title, but it's mermaid themed. It's like a DIY of some sort that Lena over at the Hall Family Adventures invited me to. Today's video, I am actually going to be doing mermaid makeup. So here's like the little catch here. It's kind of shadowed because my ring light's right here because I'm live streaming here too. So I'm going to be doing my makeup while live streaming and recording this video at the same time. We're doing Ariel, and that's because we're doing princess makeup on the live stream, and I wanted to do mermaid makeup for this, obviously. So what I intend to do is to do the Ariel makeup, which is more kind of natural, which you could probably wear out and about. Not natural, but more acceptable to the public. And then after I'm done with the live stream, I'll of course take pictures like I always do and post them on my Instagram. But then I'm going to come back over here and I'll probably move the camera around just a little bit so it's not as shadowed. And then we're going to do a mermaid and add mermaid to Ariel. So it won't be like a lot of an addition. It will be, but it won't be. I'll be transitioning my Ariel look to a mermaid look, even though she's a mermaid, if that makes any sense at all. Anyway, Lena, thank you so much for inviting me to this collaboration. Be sure you check out everyone in the description down below for their collaboration videos. A quick note on that, not everyone's doing the exact same thing. It's just a collaboration video. You can do your own thing like a DIY or like a recipe or something like that. And I chose makeup, and actually I didn't choose makeup. Lena said, you should do makeup. You should do like a mermaid makeup. I was like, that's a good idea. So it was her idea to do this. And you know what? I actually don't mind the shadowing on my face so much right now. I think it kind of looks kind of cool. But anyway, I'm going to stop the recording until we go live, and then I will pick the recording back up and you can see me do my makeup. I do have makeup on right now, so I'll be removing my eye makeup, and that's what you'll see us do. All right. Oh, and when you're watching me do this, if I'm not speeding it forward or muting it, you'll hear the other people on the live stream in the background, but that's okay because it's Lena and Caitlin and Janelle and Sammy. Quick correction. Oh my gosh. I am so glad Lena told me because like I said, we're about to go live. It's Mouse and Mermaid that is arranging the collab. Lena's the one that invited me to the collab. I feel bad, but I'm glad I caught it so I could update it right here, right now, and not have to put it across the screen, though I'll probably still put it across the screen where I said Lena, because I do kind of want to leave that in because we did all that talking and I didn't want to re-record the talking part of it. Maybe I'll just cut that piece out, I don't know. Babble. All right, let's go.
Okay, so I removed the makeup around my eyes, and the first thing I did was obviously I put like moisturizer in the eyes, which you can't see, but what I just did was I took my Shape Tape, which is a concealer by Tarte. I used 12B, which is fair beige, which is actually lighter than my skin tone, and I put it on my eyelids just a little bit, and then I dab it in with my damp sponge. This is to give my eyes a base to go off of once I start my eyeshadow. Okay, so now I'm putting tape on my face. I know this is weird, but it gives me the nice, crisp, straight definition of a line that brings my eyelids, or brings my eyes up and out. Whereas if I didn't put the tape there, the shadow would kind of go elsewhere, and then I would have to take some concealer and fix it, which I happen to do anyway, so really I don't know if the tape is actually that useful, but it does keep me more in line with where I want to be to make sure my eyes go up and out. I am 38 years old, which means, you know, I want to look younger, so the up and out is the best way to bring my eyes up, lifted out, and not give me bags and not make me look droopy. It really just kind of lifts my face to make me feel and look a bit younger. For the two palettes that you see me using here, I used the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette and the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette volume 2. The first shade I did was just like a crema shade. I think that's what it's called because I don't have the palettes in front of me to tell you exactly what the color is called. But it is kind of like a crema color. It's just the color of cream. It's just like the most beige color you can find, and it's what I use as a base over my eyelid. And I usually just do the outer corner and above my crease. Sometimes I'll put it on my full lid too, but there's no point in putting it on the lid because I use my Shape Tape to make a cut crease for hooded eyes, and I can explain what that is in a little while when we get to that point. But for the basis of just doing my base piece of my makeup, it's just like a crema color, just a general beige color, and it's on the outsides of my eyes and then up above where my crease is. So I did check, and the actual color that I used is called Certified, which is, again, is like a cream color. The color I am now putting on is called Therapy Sesh. It's a purple shade. So like I said, I'm doing mermaid. So I'm doing some purples and some pinks and just really getting the color in there and brightened up. So the Therapy Sesh color is the lighter purple, and then Not My Journey is the darker purple I used. So when I put makeup on my brush, I don't just automatically deposit it to my eye. I flick it off a little bit to get any fallout out so that the eyeshadow does not fall onto my face. Sometimes there's still a little fallout, but for the most part, the fallout is fine. And you don't want to go heavy-handed on any kind of eyeshadow when you're doing eyeshadow because it won't blend well. You kind of want to build it up. So if you're looking for a very bright, vibrant, bright, and pigmented, you either want to use a very pigmented shadow, which I will say that very, very pigmented shadows are less likely to blend as well, or you just want to build it up using the same shadow a couple of times and then build it up to the next. And I always go light to dark to give me some more dimension in my look rather than just looking like I slapped on some shadow. So on the inner side where it's more pink, I used Lolly Mama and Tipsy Girl. Like I said, I am doing a mermaid look, first Ariel and then mermaid. So I really wanted the pink to be a very vibrant, just like the purple. So this is where I take my Tarte Shape Tape B12 is the shade, and it's light or fair beige, which is lighter than my skin tone because I also use it as a contour. And I take a little bit and I put it right at the bottom of my eyelid where my eyelash meets, being careful not to get it on my eyelash, and just go across the eyelid as far as I want my cut crease to go. Sometimes it's halfway, sometimes it's a little more than halfway, sometimes it's all the way across my lid. It just depends on what look I'm going for. This one is just a little bit past the halfway point. So once I have it down on my eyelid that low, I then open my eyes, look up, kind of look around, and it will populate to the top of your eyelid. And you want to fill all that area in, and that's how you create a cut crease. And I do that for both eyelids in regards to making my cut crease and just filling all that area in. The curvature does not have to be perfect. I do try to get it as even as possible, but it doesn't have to be because any kind of additional shading I do will blend it in pretty flawlessly. So typically for my eyelids, if I were to go out for a more natural looking color, I normally do kind of like a beige shimmer color over where the Shape Tape concealer is. But because I'm going for a mermaid look, I use like a teal color, and I deposit it to my brush, like it's a really thin flat brush, and tapped it off, of course, and then literally just packed it onto my eyelid because I want it extremely pigmented for this look. If I were going for a more natural look, I would still probably pack it on, but not as hard and thick. Not necessarily hard, but at least not as thick. So I did this for both eyelids, and then I did more of the blending. So I took the pink color that I used at the top of my eyelid, and I kind of went around the edges of where the cut creases to kind of blend it a little bit. And then I also blended a little of the purple into the teal to get it more of a seamless look. Because this is a character look, it's not as seamless as it would be if I were just to do my makeup regularly, because I wanted it to be very standoutish rather than a seamless phase through to the eyelid from dark to light, which is what I typically do during this type of process. Also, I thought I might mention that if you are going for a more pigmented look and just the brush alone's not doing it for you, you can always spray your brush with either a little water or a little setting spray. I had setting spray, so that's what I used for this process. I then took my crystal palette. It's actually called Crystal Palette. It's a palette, it's Crystal Palette. Sounds funny. So it's zodiac signs, kind of like, and I used the white and the shimmery white and did just a little bit above my brow, like right on my brow bone and in the corner of my eye. I then took my Too Faced Better Than Sex liquid eyeliner and just did my winged eyeliner. I do my eyeliner with the tape still on my face. Once I have finished my eyeliner, I actually remove the tape, and then I take the Shape Tape Concealer again and just kind of put it in the corners of my eyes. I don't put it underneath my eye. I am closer to 40, and the more product you put on your face, the more it seeps into those creases. So I always find it super important to just put it on the corners, like right on the inner nose area, the bridge, and then right by, like literally lined up against the line that the tape created. And then I take a sponge and I spritz it with my setting spray. I was using Fix, I think it's called Fix Plus by MAC at the time. And then I just kind of pat it in all the way under my eye to give it a nice, smooth, non-creased finish. And then I take that crystal palette again and just touch up the corners right there, right in the corner again, and I don't go back to the brow bone. I just touched up the corners a little bit so that it blends a little bit, and then just blend it out just a tiny bit. I really like to put the brightening in the corners of my eyes to also help brighten up the inside of like the corners and help with that lift of the eye in general. And then from there, I took a little bit of took like a edged brush, and I took a little bit and put it just underneath my eyelids on the bottom side, and I just did it a very little bit and not all the way in, because you want to keep the inner side of your eyes open, so it's only about halfway over. And I did the dark color and the lighter colors. And then, of course, I add my mascara. I used, I believe, my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara also at this point. Also, to brighten up the eye, I take a white eyeliner and put it on the underneath part of my eyelid. Like, I'll pull my eyelid down a little bit and put it right there where the pink area usually is. If I don't use the white, then I use... I can't remember what it was called. Fake Awake, maybe? Yes, Fake Awake, and it's kind of like a light pink. So now that I'm finished doing the Ariel makeup, and I thought I had put the red wig on during this process, but I guess I didn't. So, yeah, I took some pictures, and if I remember, I'll post pictures within this video. But now that I'm taken pictures and done the Ariel look, I actually decided to add to the mermaid look. And what I did was I took the purple shades that I used and I put it up towards my forehead, and then I took the teal colors that I used and put it like right under my right by my jawbone and kind of inward, kind of like a what's the word I'm looking for? Contour. And then I did the pink under that and kind of like a blush plus contour, just to kind of give me a mermaid-esque look. And then I took pictures. So that's literally what I did for this mermaid look. I know it's not your typical makeup look. So if you do want to see some tutorials of like the makeup looks, my usual ones, I do have a couple of them posted on Instagram and TikTok. But if you want like a full video tutorial, kind of like this, with my full makeup look and how I do my cut crease and everything like that, let me know in the comments down below and I'll work on that. I don't typically do that kind of video just because I am more of a Disney vlogger video creator rather than a makeup artist. I'm actually not a professional makeup artist, so everything I do is just kind of on the fly and me with trial and error. I haven't had any formal education, and I don't even know if anybody does formal education to be a makeup artist. I think they just do their own thing. I really don't know. I really don't know. But anyway, if you were to be interested in seeing something like that on this channel, please let me know down in the comments. I would really like your feedback on what you want to see. I do know, based on a giveaway I did recently, that you guys really like my DIYs, and I actually voice those over too. So I will work on doing more of those. Those are definitely something that I love to do. But other than that, I believe that concludes this DIY per se, this makeup tutorial per se. I do use some setting spray to spray it on, and then I already had the lipstick on. The lipstick color, I don't remember what I used, but I probably used Bare Minerals or MAC because those are my two favorites. But other than that, I hope you guys like this. And if I did put pictures in there, let me know what you think about them. If I didn't put pictures in here, because this is during editing, go to my Instagram, check them out, let me know what you think of them.
Okay, it's the next day. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I thought it might be a little difficult to do the live stream and record at the same time, and I realized I got a little bit interrupted and a little bit sidetracked, which I always do on live streams because we love to just interact. It's really fun to interact, so the interruptions are always welcome. It's not like I got interrupted. It's like we had a conversation, it was fun, we got interrupted, we got sidetracked, squirrel, you know, that kind of thing. So this is like, that's the lens cap to my camera. Yes, I'm holding it. So this is pretty much the outro. Sorry I didn't get to show you the full look, but you saw it while I was doing it. I'll post pictures. I probably already posted pictures throughout, who knows, I don't know. But I did the aerial look, and I did it more geared towards mermaid so that I could transition it into a mermaid look. And if you haven't checked out my Instagram, go check it out. Pictures are out there. I post stories, all sorts of stuff. It's fun. But yeah, and I still have the pink and purple with my hair because this is the next day, and I happen to have orange makeup on, so I totally don't match, but that's okay. It's whatever. But you got to see how I do my makeup. I probably did a voiceover for this video because this is past me speaking right now, not future me. And I haven't edited the video, but I probably did a voiceover. I would be surprised if I didn't. But yeah, that's how I do my makeup. If you have interest in seeing more things of how I do different styles and things, you can always watch our live streams on Thursday nights, Magical Makeup with Christy. You can look at my shorts. I make shorts of how I do my makeup sometimes, like on YouTube. I also do it in the reels on Instagram, and I also do it on my TikTok. So also, here's something for you. If you have a particular look you'd like to see, please drop in the comments down below, because I do polls all the time on what do you want to see. And you know, I'm only as creative as I am. So if you have some ideas of looks to see, and they're glam looks, I don't do like face paint. I do Sugar Skull face paint for Halloween, love that. But it's like glam looks, so most of the time it's not like a full face cover other than, you know, just the foundation. But if you have some ideas, mention it down below. So with that said, I did want to say thank you so much for inviting me to this collab, Lena, via Mouse and Mermaid. And thank you so much for letting me do a makeup one, because that's fun. And thanks for watching, guys. I am pleasantly surprised at how well the whole makeup transition thing has gone over. I've been doing Disney, and I'm still doing Disney obviously, but I've been doing Disney content since I started in October of 2017, and I'd always wanted to get into the more makeup-y realm, but I didn't know how to incorporate it in, and I'm really loving the feedback I've gotten from incorporating it in by doing the magical makeup. And it's not always Disney themed, but it's certainly not like, this is how you do a smoky eye, this is how you, it's definitely themed to characters, and I love it. It's become one of my favorite things to do, aside from DIYs, which I hope to have more out a whole lot sooner than later. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you have a good one. Bye now.